beverages without paying. An employee of the store located in Cortinas neighborhood informed the boxer, who was accompanied by 3 other men, that the beer could not be sold until 8 a.m. Ignoring the employee, the 4 of them walked out with the beer. The police were called. The boxer was arrested and taken to police headquarters at 300 and Jalisco streets, where they left at 11:30 a.m. for paying a bail of 800 pesos, which, by the way, is really funny because that's about $41. The bail was $40. Let me say it again. The bail was $40.
And he didn't have it.
Not Salido's first brush with the law in recent months.
He could have gave him that on the street, correct?
Dude, earlier this year, it was reported that Salido was arrested on December 31st after becoming involved in a physical altercation at a bar in downtown Sonora. Salido, who is 44-14-4, has been out of the ring since suffering an unexpected knockout loss at the hands of Miguel Roman last December in Las Vegas. Good fight, by the way. In the aftermath, Salido announced his retirement from the sport because he's a punching bag. Salido is the only man to defeat one of the top pound-for-pound boxers in sport, Vasily Lomachenko. Salido won a close decision over Lomachenko back in March of 2014 and never got a rematch with the two. Let's go to the follow-up story, which makes this an even...
Oh, wait. Let me talk about this one real fast. Because the political thing's going to go on a whole nother avenue. On this one, Lee, when I told you guys earlier about fighters turning down money, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Orlando Salido just last year turned down over $700,000 for a rematch with Lomachenko, stating he wanted $1 million. This is what I mean about you do not pass up checks like this, and especially in boxing, where you are never guaranteed another $700,000 check. And for Salido, he never got that ever again. And it's happened a lot. I've seen this time and time again where these guys overvalue their price, don't get the fight, and then it just goes away. They lose, or they for whatever reason, they're not hot anymore, and it's done. Salido is a perfect example. $720,000 last year he turned down. Says 2017. Top Rank put this out. How many $40 bails could you have had with that check?
$41 for bail, which is hilarious.
Lee, let me also say, he beat that guy that they were trying to give him almost $1 million the rematch. He beat him. So as me looking at him, I would have to question, why would you not take the check on someone you just beat and then you get $1 million? Damn it, we'll turn you around 6 months. We'll unify you again and have you with more money in your pocket. You'll have way more than $1 million. Take the fight. These guys are stupid. I don't want to call them stupid, but Lee, they're dumb decisions. In life, it's all about the decisions that you make at certain times in your life. You do not pass on $1 million paychecks, especially if you have the confidence of a real fighter that thinks he's going to win every fight. Now, if you think I told Robert Guerrero, I sat across the table from him. If you think you're going to lose, take Mayweather right off the bat. I told him that, Lee. But if you have any confidence that you can go in there and win that fight, if you have belief in yourself, why would you go into that fight first? And he took Sadiq Aydin. He takes that fight first. You don't go out like it's a free check. What do you think? The PBC is going to fucking rip you off and not get the Mayweather? They handed him Sadiq Aydin. And then he fights Mayweather. Robert wasn't going to do that. He wanted to go Mayweather first. You don't pass up money. Thank you. Go ahead, Lee. I don't like it. I don't like when fighters do that. Salido's a perfect example of how that can go wrong.
And our final story of the day. Orlando Salido's handler claimed the arrest was orchestrated by political rivals. Sure. I'm still going to go with a drunk Salido, but
yeah,
you can go with what you want. Two-time world champion Orlando City Salido, who is running for a political post in Sonora, was arrested in a publicity stunt by his political opponents in a hope to discredit him. Oh.
Hey, Lee, seriously, did you see the photo of him getting arrested?
No.
It looks like he's still wearing that Affliction clothing brand. Remember that? Yeah. Is that what they were called back in the day, the MMA thing? Oh, my God. I want to say his pants were all sagged. He didn't even pick up his pants.
So here are the quotes from his team. He was singled out because he was very public persona as a boxing world champion and is one of the most well-known figures in our party, and he is accused of a crime and was put through a very public process that was never brought to an end. He was never formally charged with any wrongdoing, but it was just a sham to bring shame and embarrassment to our party and our candidate, Orlando Salido, who's an alcoholic, obviously. There are types of crimes happen. There are types of crimes happen in this city, this state, and this country all the time, and they never get this kind of publicity or even get this resolved. Yes, by the way, Sonora is the home of all deaths in relationship to drugs, so I agree.
I mean, seriously, if he's running for political office, that's because there's no one else, that doesn't want that office.
Nobody's brave enough to do it. It's a shit job. So I don't think anybody discredited him. I think he's a dumb drunk who tried to get beer at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Forgot his wallet.
How many times have you been up all night and want a beer at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, I left my wallet at the house, so I'll come back around noon to pay you. No, sir, you can't do that. Fuck that. I'm going home. Call the cops. He's going home. What I want to know, Lee, do they only sell 16 packs, or did he drink 2 before he exited the store? That's why they're busting him on 16. What happened there?
The what?
Is it a 16 pack or an 18 pack?
16.
What did he get?
He bought a suitcase or whatever. He stole a suitcase.
I could have swore they're either 12 or 18s, right?
Yeah.
12 pack, 18 pack. How the hell
12 or 18.
16?
Well, it's Mexico, dude. So it's like a dirty Sanchez. I don't know. It's a dirty Sanchez. I wish I could title this show Dirty Sanchez, but that's literally too dirty a title for this show.
Yeah, I bet you takes that rematch now, huh? In a heartbeat. Give it to me.
Well, he's not going to make it for District 7 or 12 or whatever.
He might. I'm telling you, he might be the only person on the ballot. Dude, HBO used to love the whole cartel documentary thing, right? They put out a lot of those.
Yeah, I don't know if the cartel is so against him. I mean, he clearly likes to party and be up till 7.
It is a sad situation, but Lee, there's like situations of people taking office and then disappearing that week.
Yes, I get that. I don't think he's going to rock the boat. I think he's doing it to get paid. I don't think he's trying to make change in Sonora.
Yeah, there was one girl, she was like all on the border making change, getting villages behind her. Boom, gone as soon as they do that documentary special.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched.
It was like, come on, people, what are you going to just put her face all over the... So maddening. Hey, what was that for the Americans? What was it, Geraldo Rivera? Remember he was given the plan of how they were going to get into the military, how they were going to get into one of the buildings. He says it on the news, gets fired. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Which takes us to the boxing schedule for next week. We've got to start including this every week because Andrew and I are getting slack about this shit and missing fights.
Yes,
so to sound like a real podcast about boxing, there's boxing next week. Hopefully you will be joining us on May 26th in Fresno. The final fight card, as announced, will feature Jerwin Akajas versus Jonas Sultan. Tickets are arranged in price. Go to Ticketmaster. Get your... do you want to hear the fight card?
Yes.
That you're going to make me watch all of? Sergio Lopez taking on Manuel Manzo, 4-round bantamweight. Jose Salinas versus Tuba, 4 rounds. Piotr Apostol, 4-round lightweight. Isidoro Ochoa versus Ricardo Arias, 6 rounds, junior lightweight. Brian Lua taking on Francisco Camacho, 6-round, junior lightweight. Ismael Muendo versus John Moralde, 8-round lightweights. Alexander Besputin taking on Sal Corral, 10-round welterweight. Yalid Yafi takes on David Carmona. God damn. 12 rounds for Yafi's WBA title. And Jerwin Ancajas, Jonas Sultan, 12 round for Ancajas' IBF junior lightweight belt. Woo.
Top rank putting a real big test out here to Fresno this weekend, Lee.
No doubt
about it. If these
guys
turn up for 2 Filipinos, I'm telling you right now, this is the hotbed for California. And Jose Ramirez is going to be a big driver behind this. He will sell out major arenas over there if he keeps rising. And I'm telling you, it's actually been since the heavyweight kid, Andy Ruiz, that Fresno's been doing good on their attendance. So with this one, 2 Filipinos coming in here fighting. And I know there's a big Asian presence out there in Fresno, but it would be interesting to see how many people they pull in for this fight.
And lastly, on Fox Sports 1 on Saturday night and Fox Deportes, Eddie Ramirez takes on Argenis Mendez, 10-round junior welterweight, and Sugat Yambara taking on Oscar Escandon for a 10-round featherweight bout from Biloxi, Mississippi. Now, the only bout that I'm shocked that nobody's picked up on, especially HBO, David Lemieux fighting Kareem Anker in a 12-round middleweight bout in Quebec City.
Wow.
Yeah, why wouldn't they pick up on David Lemieux?
No market?
I guess. Are they just done with him?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a few
Fucking
shots.
HBO's unbelievable. Yeah, you don't draw. We're done. Too bad for you. That takes care of Saturday boxing. Anything else you'd like to add for this week, Andrew?
No. I think I am good. That is it.
Next week, we will record our show live while we are up in Fresno.
Oh, wait.
Yeah?
The whole featherweight division needs to press Gary Russell to get him out of getting into this 1 year of being on the shelf again. Joseph Diaz needs to either ask his dad to bring in a new head trainer or fire his father if he doesn't want to do that. Badou Jack needs the rematch to Adonis Stevenson. That's what I took away from this weekend.
There you go.
Yep.
All of you, listen. Hey, listen. Go to fightnetradio.com. Click the like button. Follow us. We'll be doing live casts, live audio. We'll record the show live. We'll buy you drinks if you go to Fresno and watch the fight. We will be in Fresno on Saturday all day.
And yep. Lee, let me clear one thing up about the firing of the father, because that sounds hard.
Oh, he's got to do it. He's got to do it. Jojo Diaz is, his dad's got to go.
I believe not only have they grown, right, they've peaked as far as learning the sport together, whatever YouTube can show him. When his son was injured, his dad didn't talk him out of making the business decision of laying back and getting through the 12 rounds. Sometimes you got to tell a fighter, Lee, when they're in the biggest moment of their life, they got to make a decision, right? This is what good trainers do. They have these men walk through walls, right? It sounds harsh, people. I get it. But you got to believe me, Joseph Diaz hurt his marketability Saturday night as far as asking for a raise in his next check. You guys might show up. Oh, people might be interested. But why do we have to give you a raise? You lost. You're not in the title contention. You take a step back. You don't take 2 steps forward. So, and it wasn't that type of a loss, correctly? It's not like it was like
it wasn't.
Man,
he wasn't. Gary Russell is not a big powerhouse monster.
Yes, definitely not the top 5 of what he could be seen out of Santa Cruz, Cranford, Abner Mares. There's a lot of fighters up there in that featherweight division right now. So. He has to really think about, and his dad needs to think about if he's going to be real in this career, serious about this career, you got to get a trainer in there that's so not emotionally attached to the fighter where when his son says, "Dad, I think I hurt my hand," Lee, your fighter always represents the trainer, right? And when I look at that corner, they were way too calm that whole fight. They literally had a belt right there. They had the fight. It was in their grasp. He was taking everything that Russell was giving. He was in front of him. Russell's defense is not that great. The punches are landing. You just got to punch. And it's not like I'm asking the kid to do more than he's ever done. When they're telling me you're averaging 34 shots a round and you average 50 in a career, I'm not asking you to do more. I'm asking you to be you. That's what he needs, is someone to tell him in the corner, and his father is just way too calm, giving him good instructions, but not bringing the fire out of him. He's 26 years old in the biggest moment of his life. A game changer if you win this fight. There it is, Lee. That's why I say he's got to talk about removing the dad.
There you go. FightNetRadio.com. Sign up. Get updates. We are going to be